All right, we're on to the Midwest now. North Carolina, Iona. I got North Carolina winning this. This is an easy game for them. North Carolina. This North Carolina team has been really good. I really want to see them see what they do against Duke and Zion if they get a chance, because this would be the second time them actually playing Zion, because I'm pretty sure the first two times they did it, and then the third time they lost when Zion came back. All right, now I got Utah State, Washington. I got Utah State in this one. This is another 8-9. 8-9s are so unpredictable, especially since I don't know much about Utah State or Washington. So it's kind of a toss-up for me. So I'm just going to choose the higher seed with Utah State. I mean, it's just easier to do. And then you got Auburn, New Mexico State. I'm going with Auburn. I have a few upsets, but most of I got a lot of upsets in the later rounds more than in the early rounds. I believe it's going to be more upsets towards that way because the seeding they did on some teams weren't the best, but most of them were pretty good. Then you got Kansas Northeastern, and I've got Kansas rolling for that one easy, and then Iowa State, Ohio State. See, now I'm going Iowa State, and the only reason is because I saw they were hot towards in their conference tournament, and they ended up playing Kansas. So they obviously know they're doing something right if they got to the conference championship against Kansas. They're doing something correct. Just don't know much about Iowa State. So that's a major reason for why I went with them. Then we got Houston and Georgia State. Houston, usually when they get in the tournament, they usually do a pretty solid job. But they're just in a difficult bracket. They happen to have Auburn, Kentucky, and North Carolina all in their bracket. So it's not gonna be easy. Okay, and then I have Wofford. This is more of my opinion. I just like picking Wofford to win their games. So I give them their first round wins, and whoever they play next, I usually don't expect them to beat them. So, I remember there was that one year they made it to the Sweet 16? Yeah, it was a crazy year to watch, and they were good that year. It was the intense thing. And then Kentucky and Abilene Christian, and I'm going Kentucky, obviously. Then I got Kentucky over Wofford, because this Kentucky team I know's got to be a little hungry after that devastating loss to Tennessee, blowing 8 points in less than 3 minutes. Just to remind all y'all Kentucky fans. So you can't be doing that in March Madness. You'll go home doing that. You got Iowa State, Houston. I got Houston winning. I think they're going to get to the Sweet 16, but fall to Kentucky. That's my prediction right now. Then Auburn, Kansas. I got Auburn upsetting Kansas. I think Auburn can do it because they're a really hot team, but I have them falling in the next round to North Carolina because North Carolina's going to not destroy them, but I think they're going to expose them because they're been playing teams like Duke, Florida State. ACC is just really tough conference. I'm going to give ACC their credit because it's literally the conference of hurting each other teams, because there's a reason some teams don't make it because they're in such a hard conference. You put them in other conferences, they probably still do pretty well. There's just ACC's best basketball conference in the league right now. It's just how it is. Then they got North Carolina playing Kentucky in the Elite Eight. I got North Carolina winning it right now. I'd love to see Kentucky win since I do think Tennessee's going to get to the Final Four. Because my Final Four is Duke, Michigan, Tennessee, North Carolina. Like I said, this isn't my bias bracket. It's just I just don't see Tennessee losing to these teams. Now, I'm trying to be as least biased as I can, but I have them there. I deal with it. But I don't have them winning it in this bracket. I got Duke, North Carolina in the finals. Zion meets North Carolina once again, but this time he does not beat them. And my prediction is Zion comes back for one more year, and then he gets a ring, and then he gets a championship, takes Duke to the championship next year and wins it. And then he goes in the NBA because he'll learn that it's smarter to stay another year. Because I think Zion's going to want to stay, because when you lose a championship, if you want to prove your character, you'll stay. And I think Zion he may just want to, he basically had half a season because he got hurt and was out for a good last couple weeks of the season. So, but anyways, I got Duke, North Carolina. North Carolina win. My prediction 78-76. It's going to be a close game. And I think North Carolina figures how to shut Zion down. Not shut him down completely, but shut him down enough where they can win. But anyways, y'all have a nice day now.